This is Todd Jacobs. I run the Lyceum, which is the gig guide that runs for Sydney, has all the doobly doops with all the bands and live music and stuff going on. What I'm going to do, going to be a recap each week, Lyceum update. Every Monday is going to come out. We'll be covering whatever news was in the previous week, whatever launches are coming up in the next week. Let's start off with the news. The City of Sydney Council, they met up, had a meeting, talking about the Live Music Task Force stuff. If you don't know what the Live Music Task Force is, they were put together by Lord Mayor Clover Moore. That almost sounds like a tongue twister. They were put together by Lord Mayor Clover Moore to have a look at the scene, see what can be done, put a list together. They had 57 points, something like that. I don't know, I'm not a fact checker. What's this, a news show? They put down a list to say what to do to improve the music scene. So Clover Moore made a meeting, and 20% of those policies are getting pushed through. Here's what's been put through. We have students. They can use the council-owned properties after school or on weekends for free rehearsals. There will be a pilot program that will allow musicians and roadies to access existing loading zones near adjacent music venues for 15 minutes to load in without fear of tickets. They will also be investigating the improvements needed to the city's town halls, including buying pianos, sound attenuation needed to facilitate more live music performances and rehearsals at venues. There will also be a live performance series for people aged 12 to 24 done by the Youth Services team to engage more young people in the planning of live events. They shall consider the ways to provide financial support for all ages gigs as part of a grants and sponsorships policy review. There will also be an increased capacity to the City of Sydney to understand and respond to the needs of the live sector. An establishment of a formal and free mediation process for live music complaints that involves Council, New South Wales Police, New South Wales Office of Liquor, Gaming, Racing, National Live Music, and develop a data collection program to monitor the health and vibrancy of the live music scene of Sydney. And finally, an invitation to the National Live Music Office to develop a data collection program. I just said that. There's a repeat on this. Who put a repeat on this? Did I put a repeat on this? I think I did, because I copy-pasted this entire thing. Moving on. With all these live music policies, there'll be a 6-month evaluation process. So in 6 months, they're all going to get back together, talk about how it's working, how it's going, and hopefully not everything gets scrapped. As for the rest of all these policies, since only 20% got put in, the rest of them are on the agenda for early next year. There seems to be a need for public support to push a lot of these things through, so it's a website that you can go to. It's sydneyyoursay.com.au/live-music. Link here, you can check it out. Go there, show your support for these policies to go through, show them that you actually want this stuff. Next news piece, won't be as long as the first one. The Grammys for 2014. They've been nominated. They nominated people. They did things. What the fuck? The 56th Annual Grammy Awards have released their nominations. The Grammy Awards are going to be on Australia Day, 26th of January. In their nominations, there have been two Aussie acts that got nominated. First Aussie act, Best R&B Performance. Melbourne band Hiatus Coyote, featuring Q-Tip, got nominated. And also for Best Alternative Music Album, the Perth band Tame Impala were nominated. You can check out the Grammy's website. If there's a Grammy, do they actually have a plural? You can check out the Grammy websites. What the fuck? If you want to see who else they are nominated against, go check out the Grammy website. They will have all the information that you need. Next up, Scream Music Awards. They're the music awards that APRA run along with their other music awards and their arts awards. Composer Anthony Partos he didn't get nominated, he fucking won. He won 2 awards that night, and in his award speeches, in one of them, he wanted to put out a plea to the music and arts industry. He was looking at the push from political parties who want to cut the ABC's funding, or just kind of piece it off and sell it off altogether, saying that this can't happen, this is a travesty. In doing it, he is worried that we will lose an avenue for creativity in Sydney and Australian artists in general who can push out their stuff on TV. He wants people to get together, organise groups or individuals, however you want. Go to your MPs, go to the Arts Minister, go to the Communications Minister, and show them that it is messed up for them to have to sell off the ABC. If you want a full transcript of Anthony Partos' speech, it is up on themusic.com.au. And for anyone who's thinking that it's not really that big of a deal, they just can't sell off the ABC, you know, privatisation, capitalism, all yay. The TLC program in America, also known as the Learning Channel, that used to be government funded as well, until they split it up and they sold it off, and now we get toddlers and tiaras. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to the ABC showing their version of Toddlers and Tiaras Bondi Edition. Imagine the swimsuits on them. No, that's a bit pedophilic. No, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Now on to launches and any kind of notable gigs that are happening this week. There is only one launch this week, which is really weird because there have been so much stuff. I picked the worst week to start doing this. It's happening Saturday from Nunchaka Superfly. It's happening at the Agincourt Hotel in Sydney, which is the new home of the Valve Bar. And notable gigs on Friday. We have the Punk for Paws gig, also happening at the Agincourt Hotel in Sydney, Valve Bar. A night of just punk music where all the money from the door will be going to the Sydney Dogs and Cats Home. Moving on, we have a whole bunch of Christmas gigs coming up since this is the week for Christmas, so, you know, why not? Disclaimer. Even though it says Xmas Gigs or Christmas Gigs, we are not to be held responsible for the lack of joy or jolliness that these venues hold. Starting Tuesday, there is the Jazz Groove Christmas Party that will be happening at 107 Projects in Redfern. On Thursday, there is the Jesus Titty Fucking Christmas with alternative rock bands happening at the Agincourt Hotel in Sydney, which is now Valve Bar. It's Valve Bar. We gotta hit it into people's heads. Where the fuck's Valve now? Agincourt. On Friday, there's a Christmas party at the Crow's Nest Hotel in Crow's Nest. They'll be putting on pop rock and soul bands. Soul! Moving on to Saturday. On Saturday, there's a Christmas party that will be just pretty much be full of covers at Coogee Diggers in Coogee. Why does that sound dirty? That sounds like a term for some kind of sexual predator. Who are you? I'm a Coogee digger. Also on Saturday, there is a whole venue Christmas blowout full of hip-hop, electronica and rap that'll be held at the Good God Small Club around Chinatown in Sydney. An indie rock party with the tagline of All I Want for Christmas Is. That's going to be held at the Lansdowne. Yes, the Lansdowne is doing live music again. Lansdowne in Sydney. Polaroids of Androids, if you have not heard of them, they are a review site. They also do podcasts and they do other little interesting things. They will be putting on a Christmas party full of alternative rock, punk, hip-hop that is on at the Petersham Bowling Club in Petersham. Big Village Records, they're putting on their 4th annual Christmas blowout. It'll be full of hip-hop, rap, soul, and they'll be on at the Standard in Surrey Hills. Chicks with Picks, they are organisers of some gigs at the Town Hall Hotel. They are putting on a Christmas party with alternative and blues rock at the Town Hall Hotel in Newtown, also known as the Townie. A very Mojo Juju Christmas is going to be on down at the Vanguard in Newtown with Mojo Juju, obviously. With some down and dirty blues, that kind of blues that just makes you real, like, depressed, but you want to hit someone. And on Sunday, there is a very metal Christmas on at the Agincourt Hotel, Valve Bar, Sydney. There's also a all-ages indie pop rock Christmas at the Metro Theatre at the Lair, not in the main room of the Metro, but in the Lair, which is where they usually put on the smaller bands, more local bands. And finally, there is a rock, reggae and soul Christmas party, Soul, happening at the Vanguard in Sydney. That's it for all the news and performances. You won't have to hear any of that rustling happening all through the video anymore. So this will be happening each Monday. Each Monday I'm going to be bringing out a video that will cover news in the past week, launches, or any kind of notable gig coming up in the current week. If I have missed anything, if I have missed any gigs in the gig guide, if I missed any band pages, if I have missed any launches or any kind of interesting gig, please let me know and I will rectify it as best I can. How do you guys feel about the Sydney City Council adding in the 20% of those live music policies? Do you think it's good? Do you think they should have put in more? Do you think that what has been put in will actually be used in the time that it takes? Do you think it will all be enforced? Or how about the Grammy nominations? Is the fact that there are 2 Australian bands nominated mean anything at the Grammys? Or should there be more? Or should there be something more focused on us here to show how much we appreciate Australian music? And is Anthony Partos right in his call for the ABC to not be privatised and sold off or to have budget cuts? Share your opinion in the comments below. You can also go onto our Facebook page, our Twitter, our Tumblr. Show what you think about all of this. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it enough? And all of the gigs that I mentioned, as well as the bands that are having launches, they are all linked in the descriptive void below. As always, feedback is very much appreciated. How can the Lyceum improve as a gig guide? What kind of content do you want to see? Or just tell us to shut up. Thank you for watching. The gig guide for this week is now already up on the website, so go check that out and see what's happening, find a reason to go out, and enjoy whatever celebrations you plan on having for this week. I will see you next week. Be good.